Hi, this video is a two-part series, and in the first one, you will learn about the three-act structure in creative writing.
Hello and welcome. Today's topic is the three-act structure. First obvious question, what is a three-act structure? Well, the three-act structure helps break stories into three acts or three parts. Isn't it interesting? Every story that is out there can be broken into three acts or three parts. Now, this was a concept which was given by Aristotle centuries ago when he said every play can be broken down into three acts, which is called as the beginning, middle, and end. I'm sure you must have heard of this. Now, Act 1 is the setup, Act 2 is the confrontation, and Act 3 is resolution. Let us try to understand this with the help of this image. Now, if you look carefully, you will realize that Act 1 and Act 3 are significantly smaller in comparison to Act 2. Now, Act 1 is the setup, Act 2, as I said, is the confrontation, and Act 3 is the resolution. Now, within Act 1, we have something known as the inciting moment, and in Act 3, we've got resolution, and right in the middle of Act 2, we have a midpoint. Now, Act 1 transitions to Act 2 through something known as plot point 1, and from Act 2, we transition through the story to Act 3 through something known as plot point 2. Now, this must be sounding a bit overwhelming. Let me illustrate with an example. And what better example can be there than of Ramayana, the famous Indian epic. Now, in Ramayana, in Act 1, which is the setup, you've got the setting of Ayodhya, where Ayodhya is located, alongside which river, what is the climate, what are the family details of the characters who are going to populate the Ramayana as a story, what are their backstories, and what is the inciting action? The inciting action in Act 1 of Ramayana is the decision to send Ram, Sita and Lakshman in exile for 14 years. Now, that becomes a reason for the story to move forward. What is plot point 1? Plot point 1 is abduction of Sita, because the moment that happens, we move from Act 1, that is the setup, to Act 2, which is confrontation. Now, what is Act 2? In this, we have preparation of war, mobilizing of resources, finding allies, Vanar Sena, Hanuman, etc. etc. Here, the plot point 2, which is going to take from confrontation to the resolution stage, is arrival in Lanka when the attack is imminent. Now, finally, we have Act 3, which is the resolution, different stages of war leading up to the climax. And what is the climax? Climax is killing of Ravana, freeing of Sita, and return to Ayodhya. Now, if you've seen how conveniently we have broken down Ramayana into three parts, this way you can break down any story in the world in three parts. Let us see a more modern example, and that is of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stones, which is the first Harry Potter book. Now, in this, Act 1 is setting of Little Whinging, which is in Surrey, United Kingdom. That's a small place that Harry Potter is living with his uncle and aunt. Introduction of these characters, their backstories, etc. This is setup. And the plot point 1, which takes the story from setup to confrontation, is when Harry discovers that he is actually a wizard. Now, in Act 2, which is the confrontation part, Harry arrives at Hogwarts. He makes friends and learns more about the magical world. What is the plot point 2 here? Which is going to transition from confrontation to the final part 3, and that is Harry fights a troll and suspects Professor Snape of orchestrating a scheme to steal an important relic. Now, in Act 3, resolution, Harry, with the help of his friends, investigates the evil design. It is actually Professor Quirrell who has orchestrated evil scheme. And in the climax, I'm sure you must have read. In case you haven't, you must read this fantastic book. Harry faces Voldemort, who was using Quirrell's face, and finally wins. So this way, even a modern story, the the first story in the 7-book series of Harry Potter, which is known as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. We have broken this story into 3 parts.
Now, are you excited for the quiz? As per the 3-act structure, which of the following acts in a story is significantly longer than the other 2? Answer in the comments section below. One lucky winner would receive an exciting Internshala trainings merchandise. Hope you enjoyed learning about the 3-act structure in creative writing. Next week, we will be back with the second part of this series and will discuss the 5-part structure in creative writing. This video is a part of Internshala Training's creative writing program, and to learn creative writing from scratch, visit the link in the description. To learn exciting new concepts and skills on the go, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to stay tuned.